Hey everyone, this is Will here at vets.com. Today we'll be looking at VA healthcare. We'll be looking at eligibility requirements and also steps you can take to apply for VA healthcare. So we're going to get into the presentation now. All right, so today we're going to be looking at VA healthcare. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to the VA website at va.gov. And on their homepage, we're going to go through the drop-down menu, select healthcare, and view all in healthcare. So we'll see here that with VA healthcare, you're covered for regular checkups with your primary care provider and appointments with specialists, cardiologists, gynecologists, mental health providers. So you can access a lot of different medical types of care, and the full list is throughout these pages. But we're going to focus on eligibility and how to apply. So there's a little caveat here that we'll take a closer look at. If you're wondering about dental care, it's not automatically provided by the VA. You have to have a certain disability rating and or a service-connected dental condition. So let's take a look at eligibility requirements. So if you're wondering if you're eligible for VA healthcare benefits, there are a lot of nuances to eligibility, as you can see here. Um, so if you enlisted after September 7th, 1980, or entered active duty after October 16th, 1981, you must have served 2 years or the full period for which you were called to active duty, unless any of the descriptions below are true for you. If you were discharged for a disability that was caused or made worse by your active duty service, that if you were discharged for a hardship or early out, uh, I believe that usually involves like a death in the family, something to that extent, or if you served prior to September 7th, 1980. So that's that group, and then we also, there's reservists and National Guard that are looking for healthcare. If you are a current or former member of the Reserves or National Guard, you must have been called to active duty by a federal order and completed the full period for which you were called or ordered to active duty. If you had or have active duty status for training purposes only, you don't qualify for VA healthcare. So if you were called to active duty for, let's say, a national disaster, that would qualify, right? If you're called to active duty to deploy to Iraq or Afghanistan or anywhere, then you would qualify. If you were called to active duty status for 2 weeks to do your training or active duty status to do your school, then that doesn't count. Further, if you served in certain locations and time periods during the Vietnam War era, you're eligible for VA healthcare. So if you want to apply for VA healthcare, there are several ways, and you will need some information before you apply. You'll need your social security number for you, your spouse, qualified dependents, your DD-214. You'll need to have your military service history information and details about exposure to any toxins. You'll need your insurance card information for all insurance companies that cover you, including any type of Medicare or private insurance or employer insurance. Your gross household income from the previous calendar year for you and your household. That's for a job and any other sources like your big winnings at the casino. You'll also need to know your deductible expenses for the past year. And then to apply, you have four options. You can apply online right now, it says, just by clicking this link, and that'll start the process, and we'll look a little bit at that. You can also apply over the phone, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you live in California, that's 5 p.m. Um, you can also apply by mail. You need a VA form 1010EZ. Just download that, fill it out, put it in an envelope, and mail it to the Health Eligibility Center, P.O. Box 5207, Janesville, Wisconsin 53547-5207. There's some interesting caveats here if you're using a power of attorney or if you sign with an X. So make sure you know these things. You can apply in person, which is honestly an easy way to do it if you live near a VA hospital. Just make sure you have your documents that you need. You're going to need your 1010EZ, but you're also going to need your DD-214 and your financial records. You can also apply with the help of a trained professional, and this link will send you to the VSO representatives page, which is a directory through the VA that's as clear as mud on how to find a VSO in your area. I always recommend the VFW, or if they can't help you, they'll know where you can find your county representative. So still check them out or go to an American Legion. Plenty of old veterans there that are capable of helping you and pointing you in the right direction. So if you want to start your application online, you can sign in first, and then your name and address and whatever information the VA already has will be filled out. Or you can start your application without signing in. So to start your application without signing in, you just have to provide your name, first, last, date of birth, social security number, and then you will continue here on to filling in the rest of the application. So after you apply, you should be contacted in less than a week. If not, call this toll-free hotline. After your application is approved, you'll get a welcome call from the VA so you can schedule your doctor's appointments. You should receive a Veterans Health Benefits Handbook. You'll get a Veteran Health ID card. You can get that online or in person at a VA medical center. And then you go to your first doctor's appointment, and then that's pretty much it. You'll be doing that every year, just like a regular health care plan. Well, I hope you found that information useful. If you have any questions, please go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. A lot of information that we couldn't put in an 8-minute video about VA healthcare, so please ask your questions down there. Also, if you'd like to support us, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing this video, or you can support us directly at our GoFundMe, where the link is in the description. We also have a store at vets.com/store, so if you see anything there that you'd like to purchase, that'll help us greatly. And 10% of everything we make from our store on vets.com goes to our Veterans Automotive Service Program, and 10% of those proceeds go to that, which helps veterans maintain their vehicles. Again, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.